Welcome to the Beige Planet podcast. I'm Paul Pate.
Oh, did you start?
Yeah.
Oh, start again.
Welcome to the Beige Planet podcast. I'm Paul Pate.
I'm Al Lawrence.
Our guest is Ken Rabbleboy Lamug. Welcome, Ken. Welcome back.
Thank you for having me back, guys.
Yeah.
We wanted to get you back on here and talk about your Kickstarter campaign. You want to give us an update? I'm going to share my screen, and I thought, go ahead. Sorry, give us an update.
Yep. I think I talked to you guys about it when we first did the original podcast, or the earlier one.
Yeah, you are our inaugural guest.
Yeah. So yeah, I was planning on doing it back then, and launched it a month ago, and it's about to close on Tuesday. I believe there's about 64 hours left, something like that. And on Friday, we met the goal, and now it's sticking, still going up. So we passed the goal now, which is really cool.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, good job on that.
Yep.
You're a man of action.
It's a lot of work. So
I wanted to ask about, how Kickstarter works. And first question is, I was told that if you don't meet the goal, then you don't get any of the money.
Yeah, so there's a few different it's called crowdfunding. There's a few different sites that let you do it. Kickstarter is, I think, one of the top ones, and then there's another one called Indiegogo. With crowdfunding, with Kickstarter, they do not let you keep any of the money if you don't meet your target goal. With a website like Indiegogo, they actually have something called, I think it's called Flex Funding.
Okay.
And you can pick that option, and even if you don't meet your goal, you still get to keep whatever you earn, but it'll be a higher fee. So with Kickstarter, you have to really be motivated to push to that goal and reach it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, my next question is, okay, let's say I want to do a Kickstarter for my screenplay. I want it filmed.
Yep.
But I don't know where. Okay, I reach my goal of whatever amount it is, and but I don't. What'd you say?
Yeah.
$50.
Yeah, but I don't know where to hire. I don't know where to go to hire cameramen, or where do I go to get actors? Where do I? Do they help? Is there anywhere to go to get help for this stuff?
Not with Kickstarter. Kickstarter, I think you have to be kind of a little bit more specific about what you're actually asking, money for. So if you're saying, okay, I want X amount of money for finishing up the screenplay, then that's what they're going to be, giving you money for, basically. For other things, it's up to you to go and look for, actors, directors, and things like that. So, yeah, for something like that, you might want to even raise money for that and say, hey, I'm raising money for actually, creating a short story or, a short film version of my screenplay. And then, but you got to outsource everything else. So you got to really do your budgeting, do your own research. So when you present your Kickstarter, people will see, okay, this guy really knows what he's talking about, and he planned for all these different things.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, and the final one on that, is there any kind of, like, you reached your goal. Now, are you under a deadline?
Yeah, you have to, in your Kickstarter, you have to put in there when you have to deliver the goods to the people that backed your project. So on mine, I actually set up September, which gives me a good amount of time for finishing it up and getting it printed and then mailing it out. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Now, how did you come up with the, if you don't mind me asking, and please let me know if there's something off limits or.
Oh, yeah.
How did you come up with the dollar amount? And, are you already there, or you just have the idea of the Tales of Tabataluka? I mean, or you just got enough? Is this going to put you over to finish it? I mean, how's that work?
It's all, with these kinds of projects, all your man hours that I put in, it's just basically a labor of love. You just do it because you like, you enjoy doing it and you want to create something. So I'm not even factoring that into the budget. The budget is strictly for getting it printed.
Okay.
So yeah, so to do that, I have to figure out, okay, what kind of paper do I want this printed on?
Right.
How many pages is that going to be? And
Okay.
then I went to kind of, there's a few websites online where you can kind of plug in those specs, and then it spits out, here's how
Yeah.
much it'll cost per book or
That's
per
what
100 book. Yeah.
the Child Predator book, the Predator Incognito book that I was the illustrator on, the author of it, that's what he did. He just paid up front for printed books, and he sells them. You know, when you buy one, he mails it to you from his garage. That's how you plan to do it.
Yeah, so I have right now, I think the cool thing that with Kickstarter that a lot of people might overlook is that when you go to Kickstarter, you're trying to really engage your fans, your crowd to participate in the book. I guess I could have just gone and say, okay, I'll just finish it and then print it and then sell it and mail it out as somebody orders. But the cool thing about this is you get the crowd, involved and get them to participate, be excited about it, and then they, that way you kind of say,
you
okay,
get like something, you get the book, but you also get you're part of the project, and you get an extra, like a signed print or the different.
That was my next question. What do the people that help fund it? What do they? I mean, let's say it was a movie. What do they get out of it?
I've seen ones where they get it, like for example, a movie. I think Veronica Mars did one recently on Kickstarter, and it's they get a DVD. You might get a copy of the screenplay. You get exclusive stuff. That's what a lot of Kickstarter backers kind of look for, is exclusive items that they get that they won't normally get if it just went straight to market. Yeah. So
I'm looking at your site. Like right here, it says the pledge $12 or more, get the limited crazy pack, get a book and an 8.5 by 11 art print, free shipping.
Yep.
Right.
So
we're not seeing it, Paul. You're
not?
Now it is. There it is.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
So he's got a list of different. Man, this artwork's cool. He's got a list of different packages. Pledge $15 for the Ore Shard pack, and you get a copy of the book, a bookmark, and a postcard.
Yeah.
So,
and then towards the middle of the campaign, I actually decided, hey, I'll throw an extra art print in there as an incentive for anybody who gets the book. So now you get 2 art prints,
Cool.
So just trying to get everybody excited about it and get people to participate. I mean, right now, literally, I've already met the goal. So you could just say, okay, I don't want any more money or whatever, but I really want the number of people to be there.
Right.
And get everybody excited about it. So it's not just the dollar amount, but it's obviously the number of people. The more people you want to be, you want to have the book basically.
Right. So now, what if you don't? Come September, suddenly you get depressed and just you're watching soap operas all day. Decide that you're not working on this, but you got the money.
It's happened. I mean, before I even
comic
did this,
book artists are famous for this.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Back when I used to follow them,
Yeah, they're kind of band, musicians. I guess
So
they
what
kind of disappear. Yeah, slack off or whatever.
Yeah. What happens then?
It's happened before, and in my research, I've been doing a lot of things. There's a lot of crazy ones that I've read. There's this one guy, I don't remember. You got to look it up. There's one guy who actually kind of imploded online. People backed him up. He got what he wanted. It was a ton of money. And something happened where people are asking, hey, where's my book? It's, I didn't get it yet. So he kind of went a little crazy, and he actually piled up all the books, and then he made a video of him burning the books.
Oh my goodness.
And he kind of like, okay.
Just coming unraveled, huh?
Yeah, he just started, and then he wrote this this long post and started, blaming other people for, why he couldn't do it and all these different things. So, but it was an interesting read. And Kickstarter, unfortunately, it says there, whoever's a backer, you have to do your own due diligence on this stuff. Okay. So some people have been caught for trying to scam and using like crowdfunding sites for scamming other people, and they don't deliver.
Right.
And it's very notorious, or they're very late sending out their stuff. I think now they are starting to prosecute.
Okay.
I think in Seattle somebody's getting sued. Something like it's
Right.
just starting to happen. So
Okay.
yeah, but
So how now? Let's do like a scenario. This isn't going to work. Kickstarter's not going to work for me because I already completed my first book. I'm almost done with my second, and so maybe I could do it with my second one, right?
Yeah.
To finish it off.
Yep.
Let's do like a scenario. We'll do me, and then we'll do Al. What do you have now that you've done it, and you're knowledgeable? By the way, how's it been for you up until this point? Are you stressed about it, or are you enjoying it? Or are you sitting there going, "Yeah, give me the money"?
It's stressful, man.
I imagine. I mean,
yeah.
We talked to Lonnie Millsap last week, and I watched we talked a little bit about the Keith Knight Kickstarter, and I don't know if you followed that at all.
I did not watch that one from last week, no.
Okay. No, okay. Well, Keith, do you know who Keith Knight is, the cartoonist?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He did a Kickstarter maybe almost a year ago, and he's probably should be delivering his book right about now.
Oh, okay. Wow.
And it was like for a lot of money. And I saw it start off, and I'm like, okay, I love Keith Knight, and I think he deserves, the money, but damn, that's a lot of money. And bam, 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 the money came in, and like nothing. I couldn't believe it. I was like, wow, good for him. So now he's got to deliver,
right?
And that's where the pressure must. So like some guy would, go crazy and burn the books and stuff. So are you feeling the pressure now? Or?
Oh yeah, it's, one of the things that to do a successful Kickstarter, you got to have that following already. I think you got to have that base of group of people that already know your work.
Right.
Yeah, I mean personally, maybe it's a self-inflated, sense of value.
You have hundreds of thousands of Ukrainian fans.
Right.
So that's my biggest fear is, there's a lot of people in this country who don't know how awesome I am yet.
Exactly.
Also,
artists,
it's scary
we have that,
if they find out,
Yeah. So just thinking about it that way, like, okay, this is very humbling because it kind of sets you and puts you in place where if you do have this, following of people, or if you don't, who's really willing to put the dollars and support you, because that's a big thing. So yeah, it's definitely stressful first few weeks. You're just kind of, okay, what did I miss? What do I need to do next? Because I put a lot of work into planning it, thinking about who I need to contact, press, contacting the press, the media.
Right.
But a lot of the pledges actually came from people that I know.
Right. Right.
So you got to have that following, that people that it's right there that's going to support you. It's not going to come out of nobody, out of Kickstarter.
Right.
So, yeah.
So let's do like for my book, my second book. How would I do a Kickstarter for that? Do you have ideas or?
Yeah. First thing that I would do, or first thing that I did, is to create a list of, for example, comic books. Right. Create a list of media people, media websites, blog, podcasts that you need to contact for your release. I would do a press release, and in my case, I actually did 3 different press releases. You do a pre-press, one that you announce to everybody before your Kickstarter launches, kind of to create the buzz.
Right.
One that you launch when your Kickstarter actually goes live, and one that you launch kind of in the middle.
Okay.
So I would create that list. I have an Excel sheet of over 150 websites and people.
Wow. Right.
That I've researched it myself. I went through Twitter, Googled everything.
Okay.
found out who these people are, and you constantly email them, let them know what's happening, what you're trying to do. Your presentation is really important.
So you make a video.
Yeah.
Okay.
You create a video. You create screenshots. You gotta write your story because
so
that's what people wanna.
Your video is on the front page, right?
Yeah.
All right.
So that's what people want to see is not just your product, but who you are, why you're trying to do it.
Right.
Hey Kickstarter, I'm Ken, the author and illustrator of the award-winning picture book, A Box Story. I'm very excited to talk to you guys about my new book called The Tall Tales of Talbot Toluca. The story is about a group of friends, Talbot, Damien, and Samantha, who discover this secret lab right underneath their school. When they break in, this causes a bunch of crazy things to happen, and they have to help their science teacher, Professor Boswell, to save the day. In this book, The Quest for the Ore Crystals, it actually takes place a year after the incident in the lab. An evil scientist, Dr. Gadoom, comes in, zaps Professor Boswell into atomic particles, and sends it off into different dimensions. And now, it's up to Talbot and Damien to put the pieces back together and stop Dr. Gadoom from taking over the world. When I was coming up with the idea for this story, I wanted to incorporate interactive elements that involved the reader. And being that I always enjoyed adventure, hidden objects, and puzzle games, I wanted to incorporate some of those elements into this book. The reader gets to solve problems, look for things, right alongside the characters as they progress through the story. And even though I've been developing this idea for a few years now, a lot of the elements in the story stem from my own childhood. The grade school that I went to when I was a kid was actually below street level, and we had this one hallway that was very, very dark. All the kids were scared to go down there. We imagined supernatural or paranormal things just lurking around the corner. I wanted to bring that sense of adventure and mystery into Talbot's Tales. I've been part of so many exciting projects on Kickstarter, and I know that this unique book is one that many will enjoy. And I've added some awesome rewards for you. There are limited edition prints, book credits, original art, and other cool stuff. And check out the Monster Pack. You can be part of the book as a character. You can be a monster, a robot, or you can be a boring human. It's up to you. And it's only exclusive for Kickstarter backers. So please, join me in this amazing adventure. I can't wait to get this book into your hands. And remember, there's more to Talbot's Tales, so let's get rocking. Don't forget to share, and thank you.
So
yeah, that was a great presentation right there. That was you have definitely got the you have screen presence.
I had my 10-year-old help me shoot that.
Really?
Yeah, he was the cameraman.
Yeah, he just put a bunch of professionals out of business.
Yeah. Wow, that was great. So,
oh man, shooting that, you gotta write the script. It's just like making a little short film, Write the script, find the music. How many takes did I do for, doing the lines? It was a lot of takes.
I was going to say then, in my situation, it being a film, then
yeah,
my big thing then I would have to release dailies, what they call, you know what dailies are, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you, Paul?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'd have to be sending out dailies to to whoever I sent press releases to show what's the progress.
Let's talk about Al. Okay, so because I think that'd be much more interesting than mine, because mine's a comic book, much like yours. If I was going to do a Kickstarter, Ken, I would follow you. I would look at your page and I would do that. You know what I mean?
The format.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the situation would be different.
Yeah. No. So let's talk about Al. You being a filmmaker, have some experience with. So what would Al? Tell us what Al should do, because he can't look at your page and go, okay, I need to do that.
Yeah.
He's got a screenplay.
Okay.
Fully, it's ready to go. What do you think?
The first thing that I would do is to, I guess, budget it and figure out how much it's going to cost to make that. So that would involve, you finding a director, finding location, all that stuff. That way, you know how much you're going to ask for. So, I mean, I think that's one of the main things that I've seen. A lot of Kickstarters that are not as successful or haven't been successful is the budget. They ask way too much.
Right.
Because I wouldn't even know what to ask for initially to begin with. I mean, I understand.
Titanic costs $200 million.
Yeah.
And one of my sets is in Iraq.
Right.
Okay,
Yeah.
you're going to need to change that to Flint, Michigan.
You can,
It's the same.
Well, actually, Michigan
you can shoot it here in Vegas, the desert.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, yeah, I could either do it in Vegas or I could actually do it in northern Michigan where we got the sand dunes.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But then that would involve building an entire Iraqi village.
Yeah, right.
So that's where it'd get complicated for me.
Yeah.
Now, I could take to do a short version of it. I could actually take that whole element out, and just because the rest of the story mostly takes place in my hometown.
Oh, okay. So that might be the way to go, is to start with a short film.
Right. And then submit it to the film festivals to gain any interest. And okay, well, here's the whole story.
Right. Yeah.
And I was thinking about that because the whole Iraqi setting that could actually be taken out and not take away from the story.
Yeah. And I don't know the numbers here, but for as far as comics, Kickstarter is, I think, number 3, number 4, number 5 in the industry, just behind DC and Marvel as far as publishing.
Oh wow!
They have funded a lot of independent comic book makers and a lot of independent filmmakers too, and a lot of them have actually went to Sundance and all these different things. I mean, it's probably a just chance that they went through Kickstarter, but Kickstarter is a great, a big source for funding this now.
So we could easily find one that our crack research team has dropped the ball here again. we could find a Kickstarter campaign for a film and just follow that.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you sign up for Kickstarter, they email you these things saying, "Hey, check out these independent movies that that was funded through Kickstarter." Right. Yeah, and things like that. So it's amazing now what you can do.
Yeah. It's interesting. For me personally, my goals are different than other people's maybe. But me personally, I know the work you must have done to put together this campaign, to put together the list of packages, the work you must have done to make that film, the 2 minutes and 45-second presentation, is a lot of work. That's time I'd rather be spending on my book.
Yeah.
Right now, but...
Yeah, but one thing you got to remember, if you do plan on going crowdfunding later on, you have to almost start now to build that momentum, build your audience, build that following. So actually, you have part 1 already out. Yeah. So I don't know if you want to. One thing that a lot of people that I've seen that are successful with Kickstarter as far as comics is they have they even put their stuff out for free online as webcomics. Right. So they create that following. People want to, they read the comic book and they become fans. So later on, when you actually say, "Hey, I'm actually making this into a book," now they want to get on that, and give money to actually get a printed hard copy and hold it in their hands. Right. So it's interesting.
And what for me also is, I want to hone my skill as far as comics, the art, the storytelling. I want to have a quality product. I don't think I'm there yet. For me personally, I'm not satisfied with the quality of it. So I want to keep improving. And so I strictly work on the book. Yeah. And improving at that. I think maybe at some point I'll be ready to hit the marketing.
I don't think we ever get there.
No, yeah, I might not. I might
never,
not.
I never get there. You're just
never
always
satisfied.
yeah, you're always just trying to get better and better.
Well,
and when you look at what you've done a week ago, you're like, oh man, this sucks.
Oh yeah, I have. I'm definitely there.
Yeah.
I don't think that'll ever go away. But
Yeah.
Anyway,
No,
yeah,
exactly what Ken said. I mean, I'll write something and go back and look at it and go, what the hell was I thinking?
Yeah.
You know,
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
yep.
you're never ever satisfied with what you do.
And and that's what makes you better is you just keep improving.
Right.
You just keep growing. So, yeah.
And like I mentioned, I think to Lonnie last week is I can't accept positive criticism.
You're your worst critic, huh?
Yeah, I think they're up to something.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're suspicious.
Yeah, exactly. I'm suspicious.
Al, you're an interesting case. I think you've got this screenplay, and you are still rewriting it, and it's like your masterpiece. I'm like working on this second book, and I want to finish it, but I'm done with it. As far as like now, it's just I'm trudging through the end. I'm moving on to other stuff.
Well, see,
you keep working on. You won't move on. You keep like, oh, I need to improve the screenplay. Yeah. You keep going back to it. I want to be done.
That's part of my problem. See, I want to be done with it too, but once if it ever gets made, I'll be done with it. If it ever gets put on film, I'm done with it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And it's a bad thing because it's holding me back from other projects that I wanted to do.
Right.
It's
your part. See, my opinion is your part is done. You did it. You wrote the screenplay. I read it. I mean, I'm not the
Roger Ebert.
Yeah, I'm no Roger Ebert. Okay, I'm not the authority on this, but I mean, I enjoyed it. It was good. I think it's good. Yeah. Keep do another one. Improve. Man, do a better one.
Maybe I'll send a copy to Ken. Have him read it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and maybe when I'm working on something, you gotta be a little bit obsessed about it and kind of still be in love with it. But when you fall out of love with your project, then you move on to the next one.
Yeah. Well, you gotta finish the one you're on.
Yeah. I mean, I've bounced on so many different projects just because you're not in the mood for it anymore. You want to try something else. So, that's why I have a bunch of different ones going at the same time.
Right.
I mean, I'm definitely obsessed and deeply invested in this one particular one.
Yeah. I mean, to me, it's like your masterpiece.
I'm about to admit it to all 17 people who watch this podcast that there's a section I'll read it and I'll start tearing up.
Yeah.
And I think it's one of the most powerful things I've ever written in my life, and it chokes me up. Even though I know I wrote it, I made the whole thing up, but it's still, it's a sad scene. But I don't know if that
it's weird because I know which part you're talking about, and I went right through that part. There were other parts that I thought were, that I connected with, or that moved me, or whatever you want to call it.
Right.
It's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, also too, you're heartless.
This is true.
I personally, and this is what Ken said earlier, I'm not trying to boost my own, ego here, but I think I touch on things throughout the whole story that will affect people differently at different times. I mean, there's different scenes that will affect different people at different, whatever.
Right. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I think that's one of the qualities of it. It's touches on a lot of different things, kind of like Forrest Gump. You got all these different environments.
Right.
So yeah, I enjoyed it. I think you should write another one.
I've started another one. I'm halfway through it, but I'm stuck.
Oh, well, good.
I don't know how to get to the ending. I know how I want it to end. Right. I've got the ending written, but I don't know how to get there.
It's a puzzle, right?
Yeah, because I don't want to do some crazy, impossible scenario we know people look at it, well, that's just impossible.
Right. Yeah, you know what do they call that? Where you jump the shark or something?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, you know, all you people watching just check out.
I mean, it's a fictitious story, but I want to make some semblance of realism in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. Now, Ken, like the Tales of Toluca is completely whimsical, you know, science or fantasy, but you got to keep it real. How does that work? How do you keep the reader engaged in something like that? Because like my books are based in, I won't say reality, but you know, it's more noir type.
I just throw as much crazy stuff as I can in there and and see what sticks. But I mean this one is not that complex as far as story wise, because it's only 52 pages, and it has a lot of, I mean, it has puzzle games, things like that, different elements on top of the comic. So there's a little bit of story and a little bit of puzzles. The prequel to this has more story in it. It has more. That's where I have to be more careful, I guess, with telling the story, because it's more about 100 something or so pages, and it goes really into the characters and their backstory and who they are. This one is kind of an adventure, a quick adventure. They hop from one world to another, trying to save their professor. Recover his atomic particles to put him back together. So it's more of a straightforward, linear type story than the prequel would be. So this wasn't as complicated.
But okay, so you say 52 pages.
Yeah.
But look at these pages.
Oh yeah.
I mean, man, there's like a lot to look at here.
Yep.
This is crazy. Like, have you seen my book, the online?
Yep.
Okay, so the artwork here is about 50 pages of of my book. You got just 2 pages here, and the amount of artwork compared to is just a ton. The amount of work you must have done.
Yeah, you're talking two different genres of storytelling.
Right. Yeah, I'm just thinking about the work, though. I know how much work it took me to get 50.
See, this type of artwork here wouldn't work for your style, your story.
Right.
That's what I'm trying to say. This is because, like you said, you're going for the noir look.
Right. Yeah, this is cool.
I mean, it's fantastic artwork.
Yeah. And after this, I actually, you work on this style. After this one, I think I'm going to switch it up and go a little bit darker, more mature, and then I'll come back to this later on.
Right.
So I just gotta mixing it up.
Yeah, keep yourself interested.
Yeah. So this is definitely, I started this November last year, so it's going to be about, close to a year to get it out.
Right.
And then I'll jump on to the next one, and I already have something lined up for that too, so yeah.
And this is more Tales of Toluca's story?
The other one won't be. The other one will be a little bit noir-ish style, so yeah.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Good. I look forward to seeing that.
Hey, Paul.
Yeah.
If you ever decide to animate Rust City, I want to be Detective Perez.
Okay. The voice.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Of course. All right. Speaking of which, animation. I'm Bubba. I hunt and kill vampires. If you're looking to hunt vampires, watch this tutorial. I'm going to go over all the stuff you got to have to get the job done. First things first, you got to have the desire to eradicate them some bitches. With the desire comes attitude. Nothing says attitude like the right kind of tattoo. So go for it. Quit pussyfooting around and get that one you've been dreaming about. All right,
I gotta come up with some music for that.
That's 30.
Looks like a commercial, right?
Yeah, it's just a vampire killing tutorial. Yeah. So that's 30 seconds. Man, that's been a lot of work.
Actually, it doesn't sound like you.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah, I can tell it's him.
And then the whole thing will be about a minute, is all.
So are we back on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're back from commercial break.
Yes.
From
Today's episode of what is that green stuff you're drinking, Ken?
It's just Mountain Dew.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm into now. So I want to work on that, but I still need to finish. I've got 40 pages or so on my graphic novel that I need to finish. Yeah. So.
And I think every book, every comic needs to have its own trailer now. I think that's kind of a required thing.
When I know. Yeah.
Well, I started that one forum. I got another one. It's sitting in my computer that I got to finish up. I started a trailer for Rust City.
Mm-hmm.
But there was one slide that I got off his webpage, which was blurry as hell, and you can't read it.
Oh.
I'll show it to you later.
I can send you high resolution,
Oh, well, I didn't know we were so hoity-toity.
I have high resolution.
Do you draw yours on the computer, or?
I draw it on a piece of paper.
Oh, okay.
Like this. I'll just take what I'm working on here. Just draw it on a piece of paper. I pencil it, and then I ink it. Then I scan it into the computer, and I color it in Photoshop, and I do the lettering in Illustrator.
Oh, okay.
Make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty rudimentary.
A lot of work to scan it in.
You
just do it one at a time?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I draw the page, and I got it down. To.
You got your process.
Yeah. So then I have my handy dandy tablet,
nice.
Which is I love this thing. So
I'm kind of the same way when I write. I do it the long way. I'll actually hand write it out.
Oh.
First, and then I go back and then I'll type it up. But 99% of what I wrote down on paper is not what I'm putting on.
It changes.
Yeah, completely. Yeah, you completely change or whatever you're doing.
Do you do the pencils on the computer, Ken, or do you do everything on the computer?
For this one, I did it on the computer.
Okay.
My other stuff, my other illustrations, I usually do on paper, but I think for comic book, it's much faster on the computer.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I color it there anyways, So,
right. Yeah, I did a few pages on the computer strictly, and it took me longer because of to do the inking. Just I'm not there yet.
It takes I'm still not used to it either. The tablet.
I saw a couple of your tutorials, and you're pretty good. But it's hard to get as fast as you are on real paper.
There's a different feel to it that you got to get used to. Yeah.
Yeah. So, Al, I don't know if you saw this. I got another thing I wanted to show everybody since we're nerding out on the podcast here. Is I got this for my birthday. Isn't that freaking cool?
Sweet, dude. Can you put it on your car?
That's not a bad idea. Actually, I can put it on my hood ornament, right? Yeah. I gotta figure that out.
The Batmobile.
Yeah.
What is it made out of?
Metal.
So have someone. God, I can't even think of the word right now.
Bondo?
No, not Bondo.
Duct tape?
Well, you could use duct tape too.
With my car, it would. Weld?
Weld. I can't even think of the word. Have someone weld a mount onto it, and then mount it on your hood.
I think I might just put it up here in my studio.
I can just see that.
So it's unmountable from the hood in the off chance you get a new car.
It's a good idea. Or I need to throw it at somebody.
Yeah.
Because this thing could do some damage.
You could be driving down the street and that thing will just fly off and chop someone's,
Yeah. Take someone out. A bad guy.
Yeah.
Bad guy, the Joker.
Bad guy, exactly.
Yeah, so if you accidentally kill a random person, just tell the cops, oh, he was a bad guy. So it's all good.
I'm Batman.
Yeah.
Hey, Al, I noticed you saw the worst movie ever. What was that?
Yeah, it was on Netflix. I don't know. Do you got Netflix, Ken?
What is
it? There's a movie on there called Contracted.
Contracted?
I'm not sure if I want to watch that.
I think didn't you live that the last couple days, Ken? Where you got everybody got sick at your house?
Basically, yeah.
The movie should have been called Rotting to Death.
Oh, I think I've heard of this movie.
It was some girl.
Somebody else?
She goes to a party. She's a lesbian. She gets date raped by a dude. And she contracts a disease. And slowly but surely she's rotting to death. But the acting is I'd put it on the same level as those Mexican soap operas. It's just horrible acting.
Over the top.
Yeah, it was some of it was over the top, but some of it was just like, I really don't want to be here. It was just a horrible movie.
So is it considered a horror movie?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I can't remember what category I found. I mean, I think it was thriller.
Oh, was it thriller?
Yeah, I think it was in thrillers. Yeah, Netflix has got a nasty habit of putting some really bad movies on there.
If you get a chance to watch Sherlock Holmes on Netflix, the BBC version.
Yeah, I just saw that.
It's freaking awesome. I love it.
The third season.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one.
That one's
actually I haven't seen the second season either. But
I did go see another movie. I've been having horrible movie luck. I went and saw Godzilla. In
Don't
theaters. Like it was. I mean, visually, it was fantastic. I was the way the trailers were it's supposed to be groundbreaking and
right. Yeah,
they presented it. It was going to be a whole new storyline. All it was a rehash of the 50s Godzilla.
Right.
So I really wasn't. And then they had the stereotypical Japanese guy come on there and say, "Godzilla,"
Yeah.
I still remember that commercial from like the 80s.
He emphasized that. It's like they emphasized it just to.
Yeah. Did you watch Pacific Rim?
No,
I didn't. I enjoyed that one more than Godzilla.
I've been hearing other people told me I should go watch it.
That one's just fun to watch. It has comedy in it, funny characters. So.
Oh, and the other part about Godzilla that got me, and I know the Mutas or whatever they call them, the evil creature that Godzilla was fighting, with the exception of the head, and you might know who the guy is. The creature looked exactly like the creature from Cloverfield, and someone said it may be the same designer.
Okay, I have to look at that again.
Yeah, he did.
I don't remember. Cloverfield was. It was fun, but it was like, what is this? What's going on?
I love Cloverfield.
Well, I don't know if you followed it even before it went out to the theaters, because they had this whole what do you call it? Grassroots behind the scene marketing behind it. Where people were going to this website, 080808.com or something like that, which was the release date of the movie. And you can go in there, you can look at behind the scenes, what's this sound? There was people were tracking what the monster looked like even before the monster was shown. So me and my friends, we were going through this whole thing, like months and months before the movie. We're like, what is going on? We had this whole anticipation built up. And then when we saw the movie, we were like, we could barely see the monster.
That's what I liked. I liked that you could barely see it.
Yeah. It's a different perspective. It's from the, so.
Well, because most movies, they throw the monster in your face and it's over the top. This, I like, and I think it's the guy who designed the Cloverfield. I'm not sure 100%, but he may be the same guy who designed the one from The Mist. The big creature that walks over them.
Was it Stephen King?
Yeah, near the end, they pull up and one of the giant creatures that comes through the little time that walks by, and I think it's the same designer.
Okay.
Whoever designed the monsters, I think he's got a particular style.
Yeah.
And you can see the similarities between all three of them.
Okay. The Mist, man, that just like punched you in the face at the end.
Greatest movie ending of all time.
You're just like, what? I cannot believe they did that to me.
Oh, I know. I was blown away at that ending. And I tell people who haven't seen it, they have got to watch it just for that.
The Mist.
The Mist, yeah.
Okay.
It's Stephen King, by the way, came out. He said that he liked that version. He liked that ending better than his.
Oh, he did? Okay.
Yeah. Well, in his short story, there really wasn't an ending. He'd left it open.
Ah, okay.
And in the movie, they kind of tie things up somewhat.
Right.
But
right.
Yeah, that ending was just, that blew me away.
Yeah.
You haven't seen that, Paul?
No, I haven't seen any of these.
Cloverfield,
Godzilla, The Mist. I haven't seen them.
The Mist is a great character.
We saw Independence Day.
Yeah, dude, that's something I'll never ever be able to live down again.
Ken, I don't know if we I
2 hours
told this.
Lives.
Yeah, we'll never get back. This, when Independence Day came out years ago, and Al and I went to see it. Like opening night, mistake is crowded. We're jammed in the theater. We got our pop and our popcorn because the trailers looked awesome. And the White House getting
right.
So we're sitting there, Al and I, in the middle of the theater. It's just jam-packed with all these crazy science fiction fans. People are literally clapping and cheering at scenes in the movie. And Al and I are just like looking at each other like, what is going on? Why are we the only two people in here that think this is the worst movie that was ever made? It was so weird, wasn't it, Al? I'll never forget that. And then,
Have you seen it again since then?
No, I've never gone to a movie with Al again.
Oh.
I'd rather go by myself.
That was the last time. Okay.
I completely lost it in that movie when near the end when the Apple II computer just happened to be compatible.
Oh yeah.
With the alien computers. Well, Macs are awesome.
It has to be.
Then we have this conversation.
Sorry, but they're not that awesome to save the human race. I don't care who you are.
And you got anything you want to share, Ken, that happened this week? Weird, wacky, besides your Kickstarter? That's got to be a surreal experience.
No, I live a pretty boring life.
Good. That's the way it should be.
Other than getting sick. Have you seen this trailer that I did? This was before the actual Kickstarter trailer. I don't know if you want to watch that.
Okay.
Your kids go underground to look for stuff they're not supposed to look for. One boy comes to save the world.
Talbot, what has happened here? You shall be destroyed! I am Dr. Kadoom!
Damien, let's go! Run fast! Talbot, help me! I'm trapped!
You shall be destroyed by my power!
Fast! Quick! Run!
I am Jojutsu! Who comes near me?
Okay.
Yeah, Ken, that's awesome. I definitely got to enlist you for some of my animation, voiceover work, and sound effects.
Yeah, I was gonna say for voice acting too.
Yeah. Crap, man, that's good. Plus, you just look like you're having a fun time, and your kids are running around like.
I know.
I have the
when they see me turn on the mic, they just start hopping around and want their voice recorded. So.
Well, tell them thanks for coming on, and tell your kids thanks for staying back in the closet back there. You can untie them now.
Well, two of them are sick, so.
So they're not.
That's what we're calling it. Sick.
Yeah.
All right, man. Thanks for coming on, Ken. It was good to get an update from you. Congratulations on your Kickstarter. I look forward to getting a copy of the book.
If you ever want to, ask any questions on doing your own Kickstarter or anything, just shoot my way. I'll try to help as much as I can.
Thank you. I will definitely. I'm like obsessed with the animation thing now, so I want to learn I want to learn how to do that. But,
nice.
So this has been the Beige Planet Podcast. I'm Paul Pate.
I'm Al Lawrence.
Ken Lamug, thanks for coming on. Check him out at Kickstarter. You can get there by going to www.rabbleboy.com and follow the links to the Kickstarter. And good luck, Ken. Keep us updated. And you're welcome to come back on the show anytime. If you want to host in my spot, I've been fired a few times now. So, you know, I'll probably get fired again here soon. So if you need if you want to take my spot, you're more than welcome. You're a great guest, and so thanks for coming on.
Well, thanks, guys.
And keep us informed of the process.